running again. I broke both my feet in 2020 during the pandemic. I went down like a 787 max. I've been on a return to run program for the past 6 months. I'm gonna try and run 8 miles to mile 1. I feel better than I look. All right, mile 2. I'm on the East River track. I spent like the past decade on this river, walking the dog, playing fetch. They're just demolishing the whole thing. It's really sad. Okay, mile 3. Feeling pretty good. It no longer feels like I'm wearing cement boots. You may notice I'm not wearing any headphones, and it's wonderful. I worked on this like crazy trial all week long, and there was just so much noise in my head for the past 5 days prepping for the trial. I can't talk about it yet. It's not settled law. I don't have a decision, but it was intense. So the notion that I kind of just get to run in a circle and not have to think or listen is really nice. Mile 4, really starting to rain now. During a trial, I'm never that stressed. I don't get anxious. I don't feel anything. But it's always the day after and then the following day, the 2 days, where I am just emotionally unstable. It's the only way to describe it. I just cry for no reason, get really excited, get nervous for no reason. I'm super happy. I'm just really up and down. So I cleared the weekend, not really doing much. It's supposed to snow tomorrow in New York, so my husband and I have a tradition where we make a huge lasagna during a snow day and watch scary movies. And I promise everyone who reached out through my link tree with an immigration problem, there were a lot of you, but I am gonna get to it today. I promise. After this, I'm gonna make a smoothie and sit on the sofa and answer everyone's messages and set up calls for next week. So I will be getting back to you, I promise.
In the cut with my twin, we be vibing.
I promised myself I would not stop. That is my goal, is that I can't break into a walk. I can run as slow as I want, but I can't break into a walk. That's my rule. I did stop to pee really quick though. That does not count. Okay, mile 5. Still feeling great. I don't know why. Scientifically, medically, I should not, but I do. Bored, so I'm gonna tell you about my stalker. I have a stalker right now, which you might think I should be worried or nervous. I'm not. This is like my second or third stalker. I've done the once around twice. I'm also like a white man who's a lawyer, who has some money. So I'm pretty well resourced to deal with this. Also, like, my job as a criminal defense attorney, I work with like violent gang members and the most dangerous people in the state of New York. So a couple threats don't really scare me. I've had people like show up at my apartment before who were like with a suitcase of money. People who were like fleeing their government. So a little stalker doesn't scare me. It's also like, by your second or third stalker, this is such a Jenna Maroney thing to say, but the fact that being obsessed with me is someone else's story means I'm the main character in their story. It's kind of hard to not be flattered by that. But if you are dealing with a stalker, you should talk to the police. I saw Death Becomes Her last night. It was the highest production value of any Broadway show I've ever seen, including Harry Potter. And it was so funny. I'm a writer, so when I am looking critically at the writing of shows. This writing was immaculate. It was so funny. There was a joke every 3 seconds. The washed up Hollywood diva is such an old trope. You'd think that all of the comedic material, we would have exhausted it by now. No. Whoever wrote that book for Death Becomes Her on Broadway, shout out to you. You breathed new life into that tired old material. Very impressive. Also, the only Broadway show I've seen where the line for the men's room was longer than the women's room. Tonight I'm seeing a movie with my friend. It's interesting. I've been in New York so long, I don't have any fucking friends left. They've all moved. But there's one friend I have in the neighborhood. We've been here for a decade, and she's so fun and so wonderful. I can't wait to see her. There really is something so wonderfully comfortable about an old friend. Just knowing that she's nearby, seeing her every now and then, it's very comforting. All right, mile 6. Getting a little winded. It's getting a little harder to talk, but that's never stopped me. I'm being cast right now in a TV show. I can't talk about it, but it'll be on a major network. And the crazy thing is that my whole life I've lived by the like say yes to everything tenet. Anytime someone from showbiz is like, oh, are you willing to water ski while vaping and wearing a mink stole? I'm like, yeah, sure. I just say yes to everything because no one has ever followed up and been like, Michael, we booked you to do this thing that you said you can do. So I've just been saying yes and that I can do all this stuff. So when this television show reached out and was like, can you do this, 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 and this? I was like, yeah, sure. I can do all that. I'll be there tomorrow. Bitch, they fucking said, okay, here's your plane ticket. You're booked. What have I got myself into? I am not sure, but more to come. So yeah, in 2020, I broke both my feet. It was really traumatic. I had to go to trauma reprocessing therapy because it was just a really bad accident. And I had like all sorts of PTSD from it. So I swore off running. I was never gonna run again. And this past year I was like, all right, I think I'm ready. And I hired a physical therapist to come up with a plan, a return to run plan for me. And it's been great so far, knock wood. This is the fact that I'm talking about my accident while running is such a testament to EMDR therapy. I had an awesome therapist. Basically how it works is you relive the traumatic experience while they stimulate different parts of your brain so that your body can basically process what happened to you on an emotional and physical level. So when I say mile 7, gonna pick up the pace now, I never thought I would say those words again. Okay, quick panic attack. I thought some of my bag got stolen, but turns out this soccer team just moved it, which is good because my wallet and keys are in there. No, when you've been running past me, I smell it every time, and I'm like, this guy's laundry smells incredible.
Yeah, they're in the black like little tube thing.
Oh yeah.
Unstoppables.
Okay.
Go, have a good one.
You too. See ya.
Like your time.
Thank you. He really does smell very good. You heard it here first, folks. Downy Unstoppables. Sponsor me already. That guy smelled amazing. It was actually distracting while I was running. All right, this is mile 8. It's really shitting down rain. God is into piss play today. When I get really tired, this is the last quarter mile. I start running like Phoebe Buffet, like my wrists are like, I'm really setting the gate race movement back, but I don't care. All right, 8 miles, I did it. I didn't walk at all. I'm thrilled. I'm tired. Something about me, I'm gonna always have a banana or an apple in my mouth. So I'm on my way home to do that. I'm an apple girly. Apples, bananas. My new sneakers are ruined. Look at that. Brand new, $50 on eBay.